Wow, the response that I've seen in this audience for Mahindra Blues, I'm so elated and so proud. Thanks for all the applause. Brian, to follow Brian is always the mightiest task, but the way he set the stage for me, I think my presentation will be only about 5 minutes. I will show you a small clip of the festival, so for people who've missed out on it, it'll probably urge you to attend next year. And my intent right now is to just give you the corporate perspective as to why we do festivals, why we do particularly the Blues Festival, how it came about in the company, and what are some of the success factors that has garnered so much applause from people like you. So the story really began about a decade ago, funnily in a strategy session of the farm equipment sector in our company. As you all know, Mahindra is the largest tractor manufacturer in the world by volume, and we were looking seriously at the US market and our presence there. There was some resistance from the farmers in the Mississippi Delta where we do our business, and we realized that we needed to go beyond advertising, creating the great marketing mix, product mix, etc. We needed to really appeal to the emotion of the farmers. We should not be an Indian company selling to them. We should be as American as we can get in that environment. And therefore, then I visited a few centers in the Mississippi Delta, like Jacksonville and Nashville, to understand what is it that would really appeal to them. So I looked at different things like bullfighting, rodeo, country line dancing, jazz, and of course the blues. And when I came back with a report saying that, it is music and blues, which is funnily in the larger scheme of things, kind of declining in popularity, with pop getting much more precedence, we should probably support that, because that is consistent with the way we approach cultural festivals, to support ideas and art forms that do not normally get corporate support. Mr. Mahindra took up that idea instantaneously. He loves the blues, but that's beside the point. It made sense to participate in this art form because it was going to help us strategically connect with the farmer population that we were so interested in. And so the blues came about at that time, and we were discussing the geography of the festival. One would imagine to appeal to those farmers, we need to do another festival in Nashville. But there again, we kind of thought out of the box, and we said, well, just doing another blues festival in the home of the blues would again lead us to questions as to why are you coming here and giving us what we already have? Wouldn't it be even more of a strong kind of a idea to put forth that we are so interested in your culture that we are celebrating it in a land far away? And over the past 10 years, it has really come to bear that from being literally a nobody in the US market, we are number 3 today in the category of tractors that we sell. Of course, the Blues Festival cannot take full credit for that, but we would like to believe that we had a significant role to play in that journey. Before I get into the success factors, maybe we can have a look at the AV to get the feel of the festival.
Happy to be at the Mahindra Blues Festival. It's brilliant. Just the vibe of this place has always been brilliant.
Yes, sir, come on everybody. We gonna have ourselves a ball.
I love India, and I rarely have seen this much enthusiasm anywhere. So this is real exhilarating for me.
Mahindra has really done wonders for the blues community.
So I said you better open up all the doors and grab yourself another drink if you want to rock some more. I see.
crowd was amazing. They gave us a lot of love. So the vibe overall was great. They came to party. They knew their good music, and it was just a blast. This has probably been one of my favorite festivals that I've ever played. They have a great thing going here.
I would tell any musician, especially blues musician, if you get the opportunity to play this festival, do it without hesitation. You know.
Festival in India that has a crowd and vibe like this. It's just so grown up and so cool at the same time. I think we were missing this. This has been beyond anything I imagined. It's fantastic. So I'm so happy.
Yeah, said, oh, come on, everybody now. We gonna have ourselves a ball.
Thank you. What I'd like to do now is to enumerate some of the success factors, what we feel have contributed to the phenomenal success of our festival. The first success factor is partnering with a top-class agency like Orange Juice, who I believe are the best in the business today in India for international music. We own the IP of the festival. It is not a sponsorship for us. None of our cultural activities are sponsorships. We own each and every festival, and we do 5 festivals other than the blues. It is our own festival, and the commitment of the rest of the organization becomes so much more consistent and strong when you do that. The curation is very carefully done. Mr. Mahindra himself gives suggestions all through the year, and Jairam of Orange Juice has got the most difficult task of ensuring there's a balance between gender, styles, of course, the budgets, the ethnic backgrounds of the musicians, so that we give a wholesome festival each year on year. We try to make the lineup as diverse as possible and within the budget, which is also always a big constraint. There's often a temptation to include other genres in the festival as well, but we try and make sure that we are true to the blues. So one of Brian's points was being consistent. I think it is a very important point to, if you call yourself a blues festival, then you be consistent with the blues year on year on year. The vibe at Mehboob Studios, as you might have seen in the video, and if you've experienced it yourself, is as important as the music for our festival. It is truly a magical experience. When people come, they experience one set on one stage, then there's this mass exodus from one stage to the other. On the way, they're stopping in the garden for some more music. In the food court, there are bars. There's a camaraderie that has developed over a period of time, and that helps the festival a lot as well. And a lot of, in fact, all of that ambiance creation is Owen Ronken's brainchild, who is also part of Orange Juice. Brian conducts our festival, has been conducting it from the first year. His incredible style and finesse lends itself to the festival. The radio show that he talked about, that we do all year round, keeps the brand alive for us. We try to make the festival space accessible to all kinds of audiences. So there is a student ticket for the young. It is a standing concert, and we realize that a lot of people who may not want to stand all the time, so there's a very comfortable lounge with live music broadcast on a large screen for them. We are developing a global footprint for the festival so that there is more echo and resonance all over. Brian talked about the Chicago experiment. It's no longer an experiment. Buddy Guy himself is very happy that we are promoting the blues in India and has lent incredible support to us over the years. I think it is now the 5th year. Twice a year, we do the Mahindra Blues Weekend in Chicago. And New Orleans, Brian, we already did it last year. And we continue to, and that is part of the National Dealer Meet. And that's, again, going back to the original intent of the festival to appeal to the farming community in the US. So we expose the Mahindra brand through our dealers to that community as well. There's a strong rise element to all our festivals, including the blues. As you all know, Mahindra stands for creating a positive change in everything that we do, whether it is a business or an individual. And all our festivals are aligned to meet that ethos of the company. And the blues itself, Brian talked about the band hunt, literally unknown talent from places like Bhopal and Surat have won at our band hunts and have been given a platform at the festival for performance. Social media is used very, very effectively. We have a full year plan on Facebook, and that has contributed to the largest community that Brian talked about for social media for us. During the festival, post-festival, there is an information not just about our artists and our festival, but generally on the genre of blues. I think that the digital team does an outstanding job really communicating and developing content for our channels. And all of these factors, I think, has contributed tremendously in Mr. Mahindra actually calling the people who come for the festival as a tribe of followers for blues. They literally sway in unison. You should attend the concerts in response to the music, and they come back year on year. And I think that consistency, that longevity over the festival is a mark of success for us. Did it really address the original issue of us appealing to the farmer in the US? Of course it did. And that has also kind of become insignificant anymore because the festival itself has become such a beacon of pride for the Mahindra brand that whether it appeals to the US market or the English market, or we have people come from France, from Singapore, from Dubai every year to the festival. So the brand really has now become global. With that, I end my session. Thank you.